I have been smoking way too much weed. I've just been smoking too much weed, and it's because the pens are way too fucking easy to just hit. They're so easy. It's you just hit this little pen, and it's so convenient, and you could do it anywhere, and it doesn't smell like weed. And so I found myself doing it just way too often. Doing it during the day, and then having to keep chasing the high, and it's just a habit that I've gone back and forth on, where I'm either good with it and I don't smoke that much, or I'm smoking too much. It seems to be no in between for me. I don't know what it is. I just seem to not be good at moderating it, at least in my current state. And I think it's because of a lot of previously ingrained habits, where when I was living at home with my parents, I was so depressed that the only way for me to get through my day sometimes was for me to smoke. And so it's like almost an understanding in my own psyche and personality that that is a coping mechanism, and I was using it for that. And that's not a healthy one. It's not. I don't think cannabis is good as a coping mechanism in that way. I think it can be used that way, like healthily. I think there is a way to do it, but I wasn't doing it that way, at least. So I thought about that. I thought about all the intentions that I set before I even got into it. And I could feel this innate power swelling in me. And this power was like telling me, you don't need this shit. You can drop it. All you have to do is release it. If you just release it, you're free. And I was like, okay, yeah, I don't need weed. I don't need it. Like, it doesn't matter that I've bought a bunch of ways to smoke it, or that I've been called Kush Kev before, like any of these other things. Like, none of that shit matters. If I decide that I want to stop doing it, then at any moment I can. And it doesn't even mean quit forever, because I think that's unrealistic, that I'm never going to smoke weed again. I'm sure I will. But I think right now it needs to not be a thing. And so that was a big realization for me. Not necessarily a new one, because I've battled with this. If you listen to any of my podcasts, you'll hear I'll kind of go back and forth on that. And like I said, I have periods. I can easily go months at a time without smoking it. But then when I start to reintroduce it, for whatever reason, it's not necessarily right away, but eventually I fall right back into the habit of doing it every fucking day. And it's because it's too easy. As an adult, you get home, you're literally doing nothing else. You're not going to be productive for the rest of the day. And you think, I'll just smoke. But like, that's not good. That's just it's not a good reason to do it, And then I would smoke it, and it's like I wasn't feeling that fulfilled afterwards. I would just be like, I guess I'm high, and it'd be fun for a little bit, and then I'd be bored of it, and I'd be like, damn, I wish I could just be sober now, and then I could do something else, and then I couldn't. And if I smoked at night, and let's say I wanted to read a book before I go to sleep, well, I'm not going to remember any of the shit I read, so I know it's not worth it. And then my attention span's not going to be there, where I'm not going to even be able to sit there and read. I'm going to have to read the same fucking 5 sentences over and over and over again, because I didn't fully process it. And so I knew that just like wasn't working for me. And so that was something that I knew. I was like, all right, I got to cut that.